You don't have to have a dance club to have a dance. You don't need a club to have a dance. This is a silent disco. I've participated in these in several towns and cities. All you need is an MP3 player or a smartphone, some earbuds, and a group of friends. You don't even need lights to do it. You can actually do this. You could do this in a parking lot. You could do this in your backyard. Invite 50 people to come over, and at a prescribed time, it's more fun in a public space though, and I'm gonna tell you why. So everybody puts their earbuds in, everybody turns their music on, whatever you like to listen to, and you just start busting a move. And you're dancing, you're doing whatever you're doing. And it's great if it's in a public space because people are walking by and they don't hear anything. And all they see are 50, 100, 2,000 people grooving to complete silence, and they're wondering what in the world is wrong with all these people. And you're sitting there going, this is so awesome, man, we're dancing, we're grooving, this is great. So it's something that you could organize that takes no money whatsoever, it just takes organizing. And with this amazing thing, maybe you've heard of it, there's this really cool thing out there, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, it's called the internet. Or as some of the grown-ups call it, the internets. Yes. And with things like Facebook or Eventbrite or Evite, there are ways that you can coordinate an activity, Meetup. There are many different platforms you can use to invite people to come. So our artists in the room, where are artists in the room? Raise your hand if you're an artist, you're a painter, you've done, that's awesome. I do not have that talent. I have so much respect for artists. So if you like art, you could put together an art show. Put together an art show, you can have an open mic during it. And there are some spaces that are not being utilized. One of the other responses on the survey was about empty storefronts and abandoned buildings and wanting to clean those up. Well, perhaps those could be transformed into something that you can utilize. Where are the athletes? Do we have any runners in the room? Cross-country runners and runners? So if you like sports, you could host a 5K. I'm in the process of hosting one. I've created one, and now I just need to find a place to do it, called Always a Bridesmaid, where everyone, the men, the women, the kids, everyone who's invited has to wear a bridesmaid dress and then do a run together. Really fun. And it was based on an event I went to in New York City where we went to a whole bunch of restaurants dressed in bridal gowns and the bridesmaid dresses, and it was really super fun. So this was from the Color Run, Color Me Rad, and I've heard that you've had one not too horribly far away in St. Mary's. It's not like driving to Zimbabwe. I mean, it's not that far away. Did anyone do the Color Run in St. Mary's? Did anyone do it? I've done one, it's a blast. If you get a chance to do it. But you could host one right here. You could host one right in your community, and it might be fun to do it. The fact that you have state parks here, I think it'd be really cool to do this in a state park in the wilderness, because it's just colored cornstarch, it's not gonna hurt anything. As soon as it rains, the color goes away, it doesn't hurt the environment. So, where you could organize a different kind. If any of you like animals, there are several that have done them for the Humane Society, the animal shelter, and they actually do a doggy dash where the dogs run with them. What I wanna see is a kitty dash. I wanna see cats and harnesses running with their owners. I think that would be really great. So who here likes to eat? Who likes food? Yeah, me too. So, another example of something you can do, and it can be a really cool intergenerational thing. I noticed, I think there was a senior living center. I gotta tell you, man, I visit senior living centers with my free hug sign, because talk about people who feel like no one cares about them. So this is an idea to do a community dinner where you could maybe host it there and bring in food that you cook, do it's called a potluck where everyone contributes. My friends do something called chaos cooking, where we bring all the ingredients to make the meals we want to make, the different courses in the meal, and we all cook at the same time. And you can see why it's called chaos cooking. It's really a lot of fun. At one of those events, we had 60 people in an apartment. It was so much fun. So doing something that's intergenerational like that, the older folks, I'm sure, would appreciate it. And we can all learn something from each other. That's another situation where you start talking. When they start sharing their stories of what they were like when they were kids, it's fascinating. And they're every bit as crazy as you are. They just hide it better when they get older. Well, maybe not everybody. All right. So, does anyone here like movies? Yeah. Where's the closest movie theater? Okay, so not countryside, you can create a movie theater in your own backyard. If you have a white sheet, or even the side of your house, if your house happens to be like siding that's maybe a lighter color, you can actually project right onto the side of your home and show a movie. Invite a bunch of friends, and then you can show a movie. You don't even need a theater. Projectors are getting cheaper and cheaper if everybody pulled together, or if the community decided, one of the organizations in the community decided to pony up for one of those small projectors for $200, $300, which isn't too terribly expensive. And you can do your own backyard theater. Or you can even do it inside the house by showing the movie on a wall, or inside another community space that you create. Does anybody here enjoy the art of duct tape?